Hello, this is AZC2 again, and today I'm going to talk about working royals. What exactly does it mean to be a royal and a royal that works? The members of Queen Elizabeth II's immediate family have been described as working royals, and they have many public engagements as part of their job as royals, obviously. They have been described as busy people, and sometimes I wonder, do they actually have a life of their own? Or are they always in the public glare, being scrutinized 24/7? Queen Elizabeth had many public engagements during her lifetime. So does Prince Charles, who is now King Charles III, as well as Prince William of Wales and his wife Catherine. Like being royals, it is inevitable that people will think of them as being free riders because they are members of an elite class that doesn't have to work for survival. Most ordinary citizens work for survival. They have to put food on the table and pay their mortgage. Without any income from employment, they can't do that. I mean, you don't think life on the dole is a bed of roses. It is hell. Because what you receive is like less than half of the average minimum wage. There have been calls to raise the rate of benefits because many people are struggling and there are not enough jobs to go around. However, members of the royal family don't have to worry because their salaries are paid for by the public. They are born into the elite. They inherited the power and wealth and everything that came with it. The only downside is that they don't have much freedom. I mean, the late Princess Diana herself said she sometimes felt like she was a bird living in a gilded cage. And that's why she wanted out of her marriage with Charles. I mean, not that they were in love with each other anyway. It seemed like a marriage of convenience. Charles' true love has all along been Camilla. Never mind that she was married at the time when Charles and Diana wed. The thing is that, well, royals give the impression that they work only because they choose to work, as seen from the example of Lady Louise, who is the daughter of the Earl of Wessex, Prince Edward, the Queen's youngest son and the uncle of Prince William. His daughter is 18 years old. She's, well, actually old enough to be William's own daughter. Lady Louise was waiting for the results of her A-levels to be released, and she had got a job as a supermarket cashier. This is something many typical teenagers do while waiting for their exam results. In fact, her decision to get a job was something that her parents, Edward and Sophie, Countess of Wessex, had encouraged her to do. Yes, of course, teenagers who want to get a job, if they are capable of it, they should be encouraged. It teaches them to be responsible. And the workplace has many lessons that the classroom cannot teach. So yes, Edward and his wife were happy that their daughter wanted to take up responsibility at such a young age. It will certainly help her when she becomes a working royal like Edward and his brothers. The thing is that Sophie has a choice of whether or not to work, whereas most ordinary citizens don't have much say. They have to work for survival. Like for some of us, calling in sick is a luxury. The only time we get to call in sick is when we are about to draw our last breath. So we have to work, like it or not. Never mind the fact that we may not even be 100% fit. So, if we ever need a heart bypass operation, we shouldn't be paying more than $8 for that. Because $8 is what former Singapore Cabinet Minister Khaw Boon Wan paid for his own operation. And he earns 7 figures a year, while most of us are lucky with 5. The thing is that the existence of royals appears to go against the grain of meritocracy. Lady Louise was going to get a job, whether she's qualified or not, because of her status in the social structure. It's like she could get a position as a cleaner or cashier, out of her choice, and it will be given to her on a silver plate. Whereas most of us have to fight for positions with the rest of the world. Like, even for a graduate position, like a graduate entry-level position, the HR managers appear to be looking for 15-year-olds with 10 years veteran experience. Like, you could have just finished university looking for your first job in the workforce, and you're eager to impress, but your resume will be consigned to the rubbish bin because of your so-called lack of experience. You can lack experience and possibly paper qualifications, but your enthusiasm cannot be faulted. If you're willing to give your life for the job, if you are willing to put your life on the line for the company, if you are the kind of person who would kill and be killed for the job you do, then you deserve to be hired. Back to Lady Louise. I think she's a smart young woman with her feet on the ground. It would be nice if she could be the future queen. See? King Charles doesn't feel like the right man for the job. I mean, he's kind of like a square peg in a round hole. If the people could choose their king, they should choose Edward. But tradition dictates Charles should take over. I mean, William is pretty decent, and many people wanted him to inherit the throne straight after Elizabeth passed on. But Prince Charles has spent pretty much most of his adult life as the heir apparent, and he's finally taken the throne. The thing is, he wasn't chosen, he simply inherited the position. The role of King of England appears to be more suitable for someone like Edward, his youngest brother and Earl of Wessex. It would have been good if the line of succession passed from Elizabeth to Edward and then to Louis. Louise is apparently going to major in history at university. Hopefully she will learn about what really happened at Botany Bay in Bengal and then at Batang Kali, because her ancestors were responsible for all that happened there. The Commonwealth is in effect something of a stolen wealth. The Kohinoor diamond forms part of the crown jewels, even though it rightfully belongs to the Indians. Colonial history is full of innocent bloodshed. The Chinese also have their own grudge against the Queen, because the Queen was the head of the biggest drug empire in the world, the East India Company, back in the 19th century. The EIC sold opium to China and made China weak and caused them to lose Hong Kong for the next 150 years. While British rule brought many improvements to Hong Kong, while the rest of China remained relatively backward until the reforms of Deng Xiaoping in the 80s. It is seen as the beginning of the century of humiliation of the Chinese race. It is ironic that Hong Kongers are flocking to send their condolences to the royal family, while the British authorities themselves are clamping down on Republican and anti-monarchist sentiments. The British police are treating anti-monarchists in the same way that the Hong Kong police treated those who were pushing for democracy. While we mourn for the death of Queen Elizabeth II, let us not forget that her empire was built on the blood of coloured people. I'll leave you with that. Goodbye for now.